Welcome in. You are talking with the Meeples Champion, and we're here for yet another board game store walkthrough. Just like week one of this, today we're going to be jumping into Target, another really large branded store that just so happens to have a really nice board game section. And I think that we just need to show it off and see what it is that you can go when you go to these brand name stores like Target. So let's go check it out. Alright, and here we are now in the toy section. Now, like most Targets, the toy section starts off, where the board games are going to be located for primarily kids stuff. You're seeing Play-Doh, you're seeing a bunch of just random little toys, games, stuffed animals, things that are just not really for us. That's fine. That's what this is a Target. What are you expecting? But you start off and you just kind of walk these aisles. They tend to be a little bit of good length. And eventually you start to see the shift. You can see that these games are aging up a little bit. They're getting a little bit older. And now we start to see the actual games we're looking for. We're seeing Villainous and its expansions, which is great, the fact they have the expansions. We're seeing Exploding Kittens. Not a game I particularly like, but some people are really into that, so it's nice that this is offered here. And then when you're looking up top, Catan with all of its expansions. They're just stacked in there. I mean, I'm sure there's more than that, but still. I see Pandemic up there. I see some code names. There's Fox in the Forest. Looks like Catan, the dice game, if you're into the dice style games. Raccoon Tycoon, Everdell, Azul, Seven Wonders. These are pretty good games. Now, right here, we see a few I'm not very familiar with. Alien, Gargoyles, Rain. I'm not saying that means they're bad, just they're not something that's ever really been on my area of knowledge. But then we're also, as we're moving over, we're seeing that there's some kids' games. I'm a little crabby. I've played that with my sisters before. That's a nice, simple game. It's fun. You've got Fireball Island, not one that's ever grabbed me, but I totally understand why the visual would grab like a kid, a teenager. But then we have some old school. Look at this. We got Clue here. We've got Scrabble. That's great. Yahtzee. Look down below. We got some Sorry in there. Jenga. It's nice to have the old ones there too, because you don't see these in the big stores anymore. Ticket to Ride we just saw. There's a great one. Rummikub, an oldie but still a goodie. Quirkle. It's another one that's great for like teaching your younger kids about shapes and colors. And now we're starting to move into more of like it's poker, it's Othello, it's chess. This is more of the thinker games. There's not a lot of strategy as far as, lots of options. It's just basic piece type games. Battleship now, Simon. I mean, these are all the old schools. This is kind of what you should be expecting from a Target. Now, they have upped their game. There's no question. We saw that earlier in the aisle. When it comes to what a Target now offers, it used to be we're going to have the basic old school 90s games, and you may randomly see something there that you're like, oh, wow, that's in a Target, that's pretty cool. But they've expanded Ticket to Rides and Catans and all of these older games. It's really amazing when you look at what they had that used to be kind of the surprise is now the dominant norm. And they've got things like Everdell, and they've got things in there that are just such a bigger game. And it's a real credit to them that recently they went out and they clearly cleared their shelves, getting these huge sales, I think in preparation for bigger, better games to come in. So we'll see what the future holds for Target. Well, that's just been my walk around showing you what they've got in the stores. This was a store over in the Lowell area of Massachusetts. You have been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Check back in with me as I try to get more of these board game store walkthroughs out for you. Thank you. See you next time.